Hello everyone, welcome to my channel as Style by Dima. In this tutorial today, I'm going to be showing you how I was able to recreate the picture I just showed you. Okay, so in this tutorial, we're going to be learning how to draft and cut a shawl neckline bubble gown. Okay, how to draft a basic bubble gown and how to sew it, and also how to attach inner pocket to a bubble dress. All right, so if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back, and to my new viewers, God bless you. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and hit the notification button to get notified on our next coming tutorial. Thank you. So without wasting much of your time, let's dive into the sewing of this dress. Okay, these are the fabric I'll be using. I have 1 yard of satin fabric and this beautiful African print. Okay, so I ended up using 4 yards of the African print. So I've gone ahead to fold my material into two, and I've also gone ahead to cut out the length. So what I did was my actual length plus 5 inches. Now for the 5 inches, you're going to be using 2 inches for your hemming allowance, and the 3 remaining inches we're going to be putting it into good use. Okay, so the first thing I did was to come down by 1 inch to mark my starting line. All right, so go ahead and mark down your 1 inch. There is a reason for this before you mark your starting line. Then also connect it into a horizontal line. So every of our measurement, we are going to be starting it on that line. So the next thing is to go ahead and work on our neck. Okay, so for my neck, I'll measure my 4 inches, then I'll come down by 1 inches to get my neck depth and connect it using my curve rule. So after that, the next thing is to go ahead and measure around the neck circumference like so. Go ahead and place your tape and take note of what you have there. So for mine, I have 4.25. So I'll go ahead and write it down for me not to forget it. So we are done with the back for now. We are not cutting anything. You can go ahead and just cut out just the neck, but don't cut the shoulder part. Don't touch any other thing aside from that. Then I went ahead, came in with my ruler, with my scissors, and cut out the neck parts, leaving other things like that. Okay, the next thing is to work on the front part, so which will be cutting on a pattern. So I've gone ahead to fold my pattern into two. Your pattern must be on a fold, and the next thing I did was to pin it because I wouldn't like it to be shifting. All right, so from that stop, I came down by 4 inches. I came down by 5 inches. Sorry, you have to come down by 5 to 6 inches and rule a straight horizontal line there. So for my, I came down by 5 inches, and I'm going to connect it into a straight horizontal line using my curve rule. Okay, so every other measurement will be done on that line. It will be serving as a starting point for now. Okay, so what I did was, after marking out the horizontal line, I placed my ruler and marked the 4 inches I also marked at the back part. Okay, so I also went to the top of the pattern paper, the starting point, the up part there, and also marked the same 4 inches to get a straight vertical line. So I'll go ahead and come in with my ruler and connect my straight vertical line like so. All right, now after connecting it, I'll go ahead and mark out my shoulder. My shoulder measures 15. 15 divided by 2 will give me 7.5. So I'll place my ruler like so and mark out my 7.5. All right. Now after doing that, I'll come down by 1.5 to mark my shoulder slant. I'll mark my shoulder slant of 1.5 and connect it to that 4 inches that I marked earlier. Okay, the 4 inches width that I marked. So that's where I'm going to be connecting it. I'll connect the 2 points, place my ruler like so, and connect the 2 points to get my shoulder slant or slope. Okay, after doing that, now the vertical line that we have on top is straight and it's not supposed to be straight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be placing my tape at the end of the 4 inches like this and go out by 1.25. okay, watch closely to see what I'm doing. Then I'll place my ruler like so and slant it back to that neck width. Can you see? So that it will be a slanted line. So the first line that we had, we are not going to be using it. I'll go ahead and cancel it out. Okay, all right, after that, the next thing I did was to come in with my tape and mark my 4.25. That 4.25 we marked at the back. While marking out the back, I'll also go ahead and mark it on that new line that we've gotten. Okay, so place your tape and mark out your 4.25 or whatever you had at your own back. So after marking my 4.25, now the next thing is to determine how wide you want the collar area to be. For me, I will be working with 2 inches, so I placed my tape like so and marked my 2 inches. Now the next thing is to come in with your ruler and connect, but you're not going to be connecting it into a straight line. Rather, you connect it into a slanted line that is going up. Okay, you can see how I placed my ruler, so I'm going to connect it into a slanted line. Now after doing this, the next thing you have to do is to also come down to that your starting line and repeat the same 2 inches you did at the top. Okay, so I came down and marked my 2 inches. Now you're going to connect the 2 points into a parallel line like so. It is not a straight line, please. You can see how slanted mine is. For you to know if you're on a safer side, go ahead and measure the 2 lines. There should be at least 0.5 difference in them. You can see that this one measures 4.25 while the next one measures 5 inches. So if you have difference in their measurement, you know that you are correct. Okay, you know that they are parallel to each other. And after that, we are going to be marking out our neck depending on how deep you want yours to be. For me, I'm going to be working with 8 inches because my bust measures 9.5. So I'll come down and make a mark at 8 inches. And after doing that, I'm going to be connecting the neck width to that marked line. Okay, like so, just like the way we used to mark at our V neckline. So with this, we are done working on the neckline. So the next thing now we need to do is to go ahead and trace it out with our tracing wheel. This is very important, okay, because you want to have the same thing on the other folded side. So I'll go ahead and come in with my coming with my tracing wheel. After that, this is what I have. Okay, so I have the exact thing on the opposite side. So the next thing I went ahead to do was to get the center line. Okay, so I went ahead and drew down my center line down to the desired length. Okay, so now the next thing is to work on whichever shape you like. At this point, you can juggle around anything at all you want. Okay, but for me, I want to be recreating exactly what I have on my thumbnail. Okay, so what I did was to go ahead and mark the right part of this and the left part of this other one. So now it is more of a drawing than drafting. Okay, so you just go ahead and follow the shape and try to draft it out. Okay, so for me, what I did was to get the desired length I'm working with first of all. So the desired length of the design I worked with was 18 inches. Okay, at a point I added 1 inches to it, so what I worked with in total was 19 inches. So I went ahead and marked out my 19 inches starting from the starting line. Then after marking it out, I connected using a ruler. Now after connecting, what I did was to, from my neck width, I went out by 3.5 inches. Then I connected it into a straight line. Remember I told you that it's more of a drawing, trying out to draft out the design than drafting here. So I just made marks and connected it into a straight line like I'm doing in the video. You can also go ahead and twist it. Like I said, you can juggle around anything at all you can create out. But if you want to create the exact design, you have to do what I'm doing. Okay, so after marking it and coming down, I now went over to the left hand side. Now for that left hand side, I'm going to be maintaining the 2 inches that I gave for the collar. So starting from the V region, I'm just going to place my tape like so and still maintain my 2 inches. Just check where I placed my tape and place yours there. So I placed my tape and marked my 2 inches. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and connect that my 2 inches down till that part that my V stops. Okay, so I'll come in with my ruler and connect it into a straight line down to the part that V stopped. Okay, like so. We're just trying to create something. Then from that part that I've stopped now, I'll place my tape on a horizontal position and go out by 3 inches like so. Now from that 3 inches, I'll connect it into a horizontal line outwardly like you can see me doing in the video. Okay, so now after connecting it, the next thing I'm going to do is to connect it all the way from the top till the desired length like so. Just go ahead and connect it using a vertical line like I'm doing in the picture. Now to give it that curvy design, what I did was to come down by 4 inches. Okay, so from the top I came down by 4 inches. Then from there I came in with my marker. Then at the down, I also went in by 1.25, okay, like so. Then I came in with my marker and traced it out like I'm doing in the video. Okay, so the first time I did it, I wasn't okay with what I did, so I went ahead and recurved it the more, okay, to get a perfect curve. So just go ahead and use your free hand. There is no drafting here. Just go ahead and use your free hand and curve it out the way you want it to be. Okay, so after that, the next thing I went ahead to do was to fold it because I want to be cutting out the neck on a fold. I've gone ahead to cut out the neck. Then now bringing in the material we are going to be using for the front part, I've gone ahead to place it on it. For now, don't go ahead and cut out the shape. Okay, so I've also gone ahead to add ½ inches all around where it is needed. Look at the picture to see where I added my ½ inches. And the next thing I did after that was to go ahead and trace out my shoulder. Now from that shoulder, you determine how long you want your sleeve area to be. For me, I worked with 13 inches plus 1 inch for the seam allowance, okay? So in all, I marked 14 inches for my sleeve extension. Then I went ahead and connected it into a straight line like so, okay? Now after marking that, you can see how I connected it out. Now after marking that, you're going to be marking out your starting line. Go ahead and trace it. Can you see where I'm pointing? All right, it will be very obvious on your pattern paper. So go ahead and trace it out. So I placed my ruler in a straight form like this and connected my starting line, okay? Because you'll be needing the starting line to make your necessary measurement, vertical measurement, okay? So after that, you can see that I added ½ inch at the neck region, and you can see my neck and my sleeve extension, sorry, this 14 inches I told you that I marked. Now at this point, go ahead and remove your pattern. You've gotten what you want for the front pattern. Now the next thing you have to go ahead to do is to go ahead and take your full measurement and your sleeve opening. So for me, I worked with 10 inches, so I placed my tape like so and marked my sleeve opening of 10 inches like I'm doing in the picture, okay? So after marking the 10 inches that you have, you are going to go ahead and connect it, roll it inward, okay, into a horizontal line. After rolling the line inward, the next thing I went ahead to do was to mark my full length, okay, the desired length of the gown. So I used 58 for my entire length of the gown, so I went ahead and marked my 58, okay? So after marking the 58, I came up again on this line, and on that line, that's where I'm going to be marking my bust divided by, sorry, my hip divided by 4, okay? I'm going to mark my hip divided by 4. My hip measures 36 by 4, that's 9. After making the 9, you now decide how big you want your bubu to be. For me, I went ahead and added 5 inches because I want the bubu to be very big, okay? So I added 5 inch to my. Okay, after adding the 5 inches, the next thing I went ahead to do was to measure to know what I have, the entire width of what I have. That's the hip divided by 4 plus the added 5 inches. So I measured 9 plus 5 gave me 14 inches, okay? So I'll go ahead and mark that 14 inches all the way from that part that I have it till the hem part. That's the desired length, okay? So take your time, go ahead and mark it because it is going to be straight without any curve. So I'll go ahead and mark the 14 inches all the way from the top to the down, then coming with my ruler and connect it into a straight vertical line like I'm doing in the video, okay? So after connecting, the next thing is to go ahead and come in with your scissors and go ahead and cut out everything following the marked outline. So go ahead and cut through your marked lines, all right? So at the sleeve opening, I'll go ahead and slant it like I'm doing in the video, and also go ahead and cut out everything perfectly. Just watch closely to see what I'm doing and the places I'm cutting out, okay? So after cutting this line, what I'll go ahead to do is to just draw out my line like I did, okay? So just draw down a vertical line just to cover the line, then you go ahead and trace it out, okay? At this point, we are supposed to add ½ inch to the sleeve, to the shoulder part, okay? But I forgot and cut through my lines, okay? So go ahead and add ½ inch to your own. Mine wasn't affected. The only thing that happened was it reduced my sleeve opening from 10 to 9.5, okay? So also go ahead and cut out your line. No need of adding allowance where I'm cutting now because already we've done that when we placed the pattern to cut out. All right, so go ahead and cut out everything and finish everything. So at the end of the day, this is how you're supposed to have it looking like, okay? So that when you fold it, you have that collar looking beautiful like that. So after that, you come in with your pins and pin it because you don't want it to be shifting. This is very important because we'll be needing this part to cut your shoulder loop for the back. Remember, we've not cut the back. Okay, so bringing in this pattern now, what you have to go ahead and do is to align the starting point of the front line with that of the back, okay? So the folded side should align together. So I went ahead and arranged my own very well to show you. So you can see that I've gone ahead to arrange the side, okay? The side now are aligned together and the starting points like I'm showing you also align. So what I'm going to go ahead to do now is to go ahead and arrange it properly and come in with my scissors and cut out all the whole line, okay? I'm going to be using the front pattern, the front cutout fabric as a guide to cut the shoulder, okay? So you can see what I did. I lifted it up to cut out the neck region, okay? After that, the whole thing you are going to do now is just to trace out the side, everything. Just go ahead and cut it out the same way you have it on the front pattern, all right? So after cutting out, it's now time to work on the pattern to get the design that will be at the front of the cloth. Okay, you remember the shape that we draft out before, we've not cut it out. So this is now the time to cut out. So watch closely to see what I'm going to do, the part I'm going to cut out. Thank you for watching up to this extent. If you found this video helpful, please do well to subscribe to join our amazing community, and also hit the notification button to get notified of our new video. To my returning subscribers, I love you, and I promise to always put up value-based tutorial. Thank you very much. So I've gone ahead to place the cutout pattern on the fabric, black fabric, okay, and I've also gone ahead to add ½ inch all around it. So I'll go ahead and cut it out now. Can you see? You can see the ½ inches I added all around it. Now the next thing I did was to attach hairstay to it and go ahead and fold the ½ inch all around it. Can you see? Now to turn it, the neck part I left it because I'll be using it to turn the front part. Okay, so to turn, watch closely to see what I'm going to do. This is not the regular front side facing the front side, but here I have the wrong part of the main fabric facing the pattern, the right part of the pattern, okay, the design. Okay, so you go ahead and place it. Can you see what I'm showing you? Go ahead and place it like so and stitch with ½ inch around the V part. Okay, take your time and take in ½ inch around the V-neck part. Okay, so after that, the next thing is to go ahead and stitch along the V-neck line, and also come in with your scissors and notch very well so that it will be able to relax when you flip it over to the right side. Okay, so I've gone ahead to flip my over to the right side, and you can see how it's looking. So later we are going to be stitching it all around on top of the black fabric, but before then we are going to be joining the back pattern to this lovely front piece. Okay, so I'll go ahead and arrange my piece very well and come in with the black pattern and place it on top. So the first thing you're going to do after placing the back pattern is to arrange the shoulder and stitch it with ½ inch. So I came in and arranged my front and back pattern like so, like I'm doing in the video, and after that I'll go ahead and stitch with ½ inch. Now after that, the next thing is to work on the neck, the shawl neckline side. Okay, so I'll go ahead and open it like this and align the back, the black fabric facing the black fabric like so. Just watch closely, you see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'll go ahead and place it like so, open it very well, then I'll place it together to align the black fabric with the black fabric and the main fabric with the main fabric. Okay, so after aligning, go ahead and stitch it with ½ inch. Okay, so after stitching, this is what I have. They are now joined together. Okay, so now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to be attaching the back fabric to it. Okay, so go ahead and open it like this, then you fold it. Can you see what I have? The black part should be inside. Okay, the black part should be inside, while the fabric part will be facing the wrong part. So go ahead and align it like so. Can you see what I'm doing? Please, if at any point you are confused, watch the video closely to see what you are going to do. So I placed it like this. So the next thing now is to go ahead and stitch the neck area. After stitching, you will have it looking like so. So you can see how relaxed everything is looking. So the next thing we're going to go ahead and do now is to go ahead and top stitch on the black fabric in front of this cloth. Okay, so you go ahead and top stitch all around it, okay, to hold it. Now after top stitching, the next thing you're going to do, you can see that the dress is already out. Okay, it's already coming together. So the next thing, I went ahead and cut out this black fabric. The width of the black fabric is 5 inches. Okay, and the length should be very long to be able to pipe your sleeve opening. Okay, so this step is actually optional. You can choose to do it or leave it, because at the end of the day it is not going to be showing, but this step usually gives volume to the sleeve side. Okay, so what I will do is just like the way you used to pipe using your bayat, you start sewing it from the front part, then you fold it backward. Can you see how it's looking? Okay, so the next thing I did was to go ahead and bring 4 pieces of material, place my palm on it and trace out my palm, because this part I'm cutting out now will be serving as my pocket. If you've been watching my tutorial, you'll be used to this, my method of cutting out pocket. So I went ahead and cut out 4 pieces of material, place my palm on it and traced it out. So now I've gone ahead to flip my fabric to the back side. Okay, so what I did was to mark my half length plus 1 inch, that's 17 inches. My half length measures 16 plus 1, that's 17. So I went ahead and I made a notch there, so that's where I'm going to be placing my pocket from. So to place my pocket, what I will do is I'll just open it like so and place one pieces of the fabric that I cut out before on it. So after placing it, you're going to be stitching it with 1/2 inch. You're going to be placing it the right side facing the right side. Okay, so you stitch it with 1/2 inch and repeat the same thing on the other side. Can you see what I did? You place it like it, the edge merging with the edge like so, then I stitch it with 1/2 inch. You go ahead and repeat it to the other side of the fabric. Okay, and also repeat on the other side, on the left hand side. All right, so after doing this, after stitching with 1/2 inch, you're going to be joining it together. Also go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side of the fabric. Okay, you mark your 17 inches, you make your notch, you place each side on individual side, then at the end of the day you'll be connecting it. Okay, so after doing that, the next thing I did was to bring out the pocket region and pin my cloth. After pinning it, I'll go ahead and mark 1/2 inch all around it. Okay, you can see what I'm doing. When I reach the pocket side, I'll mark all around the pocket region. All right, don't stitch straight, then you go ahead and stitch all the way to the hem line. Okay, so you would do the same thing on the other side, repeat the same thing. When you reach the pocket side, you stitch around the pocket and take it down. So after stitching it, you go ahead and hem the down part, and with that you're done with this lovely gown. I'm so sorry that I'm unable to show you the full length of this dress. Okay, the reason is because my younger sister took this video and she was just concentrating on getting just the black side of the fabric. Okay, see you in our next tutorial. Bye bye.